What's going on? God damn, what's going on, guys? This is Jason of All Political. I swim through politics so you don't drown too. I am just a man trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. So, someone told me to react to this, and I don't usually get these kind of things, but they said that this is right up my alley. And they said that they wanted my honest opinion of this. Alright, I'll give you my honest opinion of this. I don't know if she's gonna like it, but sure, whatever. I'm literally being held by Clint. Cut point right now. All right, here we go.
Dated this guy for like 5 minutes last year, and it was one of the rare times in my life where I was infinitely more into him than he was into me. It's not that he wasn't attracted to me. Our physical chemistry was the only thing we had in common. He just thought I was fucking weird, which, like, not wrong, King. But I remember being on our second date and being like, I'm kind of surprised that you asked me on a second date because, like, the vibes were kind of off. It seemed like you weren't really into me. And he's like, yeah, I'm still.
So already that's all right. So she said that they were only dating for 5 minutes, but this is the second date, and she said it was 100, like it was physical, right? So I'm guessing he already smashed. That's the reason why she went on the second date. Isn't it kind of crazy how they can equivalate 5 minutes to multiple dates? When she said, like, because when a guy sits there and says, or a person who just, you know what I'm saying, down on their luck type shit, right? And I'm pretty sure there's girls that go through this too. But infinitely more rarely. But guys who sit there and they go, yeah, we had a thing for like 5 minutes. They literally mean like some shit like, oh yeah, there was a conversation we had that was good. When girls be like, oh, when these chicks be like, oh yeah, for 5 minutes, they talking about like situationships, right? So a second date already admits that it was physical. She was infinitely more into him than her. So I'm guessing she was all in, again, all into him. You know what I'm saying? Probably had sex, and that's the reason why she continued chasing. For a second date, that's the reason why. Let's be real here. He said that she was fucking weird, but was attracted to her physically. Okay, let's continue.
Figuring it out. At one point, the lack of interest was just really blatant. So I was like, hey, bro, like, I don't normally have to tell guys to, like, text me more, to, like, ask me out. So I'm going to assume that you're not interested and I'm going to move on. And he said the most offensive thing that anyone has ever said to me, which is, are guys normally just obsessed with you off rip?
So, all right. So she's not used to a guy not clit riding her, right? And fellas, I implore you to become like this, right? I'm not saying be an asshole, but the whole thing about, leave some cards on the table, or leave some cards to your chest, be mysterious to some extent. Don't let these girls play you like fiddles because the thing is, you have some girls, and these, mind you, I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. If a girl loses interest with you because you're an open book with her, she's not fucking worth it. So unless you're just trying to fuck, there's no reason for you to, you know what I'm saying, pour out your entire fucking journal, your diary to these chicks, right? Because they're not worth it. I know that this is fucked up to sit here and say that, and this is coming from a person who generally I am not an asshole. Like I'm not some fuck boy or some shit like this. I'm generally much more nicer to women than probably what some people think. But even I know that there's some women that they're just not up to standard. They're not that temperament that you need to sit there and put in the extra work because they're not worth the extra work. They've shown they're not worth the extra work. In this situation right here, this girl, she knows the guy's not that into her, but physically they are. This is their second date, and she already said, "Listen, I'm not that. If you're not that interested into me, at least let me know so I'll move on." I guarantee you, she continued with him though.
Yes. Yes, they are. So I obviously dump him, but like a month later or something, I think he reaches out to me. And again, I was much more into him than he was into me. So I fold immediately. We go out again.
See what I mean? That's exactly what I mean. She's full of shit. She wants this man to chase her. This man is probably just things fell through and he wants to smash again. Again, from what I'm seeing here, very impressive physical specimen. But as far as he's probably concerned, she's only good for a fuck. And this is the truth, ladies. You need to understand this. Just like how you use guys, guys are starting to use. I mean, I'm pretty sure guys have always used girls. Of course they have. But you can't get mad at this. Actually, why is she even posting this shit online? This is so weird. Guarantee you she has an OnlyFans.
I had just gotten my back piece done, and so obviously I was wearing a backless top. And when he sees me, he goes, we get it. You have a back tattoo. After that statement, we still do end up having a good date. Like, there was chemistry there. There was just this, like, butting of heads that just we didn't make sense. Once again, I dump him. And I would love.
Once again, I dump him, but you guys were never together. You guys are literally never together. What do you mean? You've never dumped this man. You've chased this man. You sat there and you got upset that he wasn't clit riding you, and then you got quiet. But the second that he showed you any type of attention, you even said it. You immediately folded. Man, this shit's silly. This shit is so silly.
To say that the story ends there, but a couple months after that, I messaged him on Instagram and I just was like, have you ever seen a girl come crawling back before? And he goes, yes, but this is my favorite one. And then we never spoke again. Like, he didn't reach out, I didn't reach out.
He didn't reach out. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop the bullshit. So I'm guessing that this guy was really attractive, probably had a lot of shit that she wanted that she couldn't deny, probably dicked her down right. You know what I'm saying? But he probably considered her a fucking freak. And that's probably what he used her for a freak off. Again, ladies, don't put yourselves in a situation. And here's the thing. I know that the way that she's sitting here, she probably thinks that she came out on top. She didn't. She absolutely didn't. But in her head, this is what female empowerment is, right? To sit there and consistently fuck with somebody that you already know from the rip is not interested in you, but there's a physical attraction and that's all that matters. And then you wonder why, when you're 40, 50 years old, why you ended up alone, because all the good guys that you gave a chance to, you completely swept to the side, or you kept them on the back burner so that when you're finally ready, what was the shit that we heard before? Girls keep good guys to the side to get with them when they're ready, but they rather get rant. What is it? What was the shit that I heard? It was like girls will sit there and they want to keep the good ones and mess with the bad ones and let the bad ones smash. And with the good ones, they wait until they're ready to settle down. Crazy shit. Anyway, that's the video. Catch you guys next time. I mean, there's a little bit more to this, so let's see what else she says.
That was the end of it. So anyway, do not date someone who, like, you're the more obsessed person, because it's mortifying. I was humiliated. Dated this guy for like
Right, but I guarantee you, if he hit her up, she'd be double cheeked up, spread all the positions. Oh, you want to see my new tattoo? All right, later, guys.